I guess we can start.
Let's
I
do
already
it.
started recording, so. Um, we are reviewing Her Soul to Take by
Harley Laroux.
Laroux.
That's what I've been saying.
That's what I was kind of saying too. Today it's just Becca and I. We did this read together. This is the Souls trilogy. It says the best-selling TikTok dark romance, and a little backstory, and then we can do our formal rating. Two things.
Mm-hmm.
Becca and I are both sick, so if you hear coughing or anything, I'm not editing it out this time.
We're struggling to breathe.
Yeah, it'll just be me wheezing. But number two, we did not think that this book was what it was. Becca sent me a meme of, like, someone made the Barnes & Noble section a monster fucker section, and this
Wait,
book was in the lower... What?
It didn't say that. It said the hear me out section.
The hear me out section. The hear me out section.
Which we then translated.
Yes, that's what I read. That's what I read. But then I zoomed in, and the lower corner had this book, and I was like, oh my god. And,
Which shocked me.
Yeah, we don't read the back of our books, so...
No, I full send it if it's on a book talk, or if anyone gives it even the slightest positive, I am buying it. And this is what has been on our Amazon cart for
a long
months?
time.
Yeah.
A long time, and it kept, like, doing that thing where it was like, oh, it's sold out, or buy in different forms, or other options, or something like that, so I was never able to grab it, but I bought this one from Barnes, because it had the bonus chapter.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if you bought the bonus chapter, because I did buy mine on Amazon. I think you gave me the heads up. You're like, oh, hey, this is actually in stock. Buy it if you can. So yeah, we bought it last week, and I think just about, if we weren't sick, we would have finished this in exactly a week, but we both fell ill.
I was also reading another book at the same time, and then it's, like, drastically different than this one, so I thought it was, like, a hilarious side-by-side read. But yeah, if we both weren't dying, we would have finished it sooner, because this one did really grab my attention.
Yeah, it definitely did. I, like, again, did not read the back until I actually got it. I was fairly surprised when I read the back, and then actually reading the book, it was not what I expected in a good way.
Yeah, I agree. I just like that the back, I feel like this is like a treasure trove. I like that the back says, by TikTok sensation. Like, I feel like that's like a time capsule book right there.
I didn't even think about that. Last from the past,
Right?
like 20 years, we're going to be like, I remember the clock app.
All right, Grandma, let's put you to bed.
As they're packing away my boxes to the nursing home.
Or selling them in a yard sale for 50 cents. This is my grandma's weird-ass books.
I paid $20.99 for that.
All right, Grandma. 10 cents and it's yours.
You imagine them cracking it open. They're like, Grandma was a freak.
I know, and the pages are stuck together.
Ew. There's little bits of tissue paper.
There's, like, dog-eared tags, like multiple dog-eared tags.
Oh my gosh! If we did annotate this one, there would have been some crazy tabs.
Oh my god! I don't even know what colors I would use.
Oh my god! Let's not scar the children.
Right. Okay. Do you want to do the official rating and how we felt about it, and then we can deep dive?
Yes, I would love to. All right, so we're doing out of 10 stars for overall.
Yep.
I'm gonna give this one an 8.5.
Oh.
I really like the plot. I will say the beginning, where it lost points for me, was the beginning. And then we'll get into it as well. I had mixed feelings about Raylan. I just as the main heroine, back and forth. But I also think, because we've been reading too many fantasies where there's just a seemingly normal human girl who just magically gets powers. I was expecting something like that to happen, and I was like, oh, she is so defenseless. She is so annoying. It's all bark, no bite. And then I was like, wait, she's just a literal human girl. And she's also, like, beginning college, 18, 19, actually, I don't even know if they mentioned her age, 18, 19 years old.
I think she could drink, so I think it was 21.
That's fair. She could drink, right. Yeah. So 21. So I was expecting this, like, huge metamorphosis of extreme power, and for her to, like, be a heroine, and then I was like, let me take a step back. I am jaded.
Yeah, we need to reevaluate.
Right. So I really did like her the romance. I liked, of course. Oh, let me go to spicy scenes. Out of 5 chili peppers,
Mm-hmm.
4, 4 chili peppers.
Okay.
I liked the scenes. At least when I actually read the back, I thought it would be more smutty than what it was, but I was actually very surprised. And I did like the plot line. And I also liked the way the book ended for it's to set up the stage for book 2 and 3. So I loved everything about it. I thought it was really great. And if I wasn't sick, I would have blown through it way quicker. So that's me.
It's a good summary. I'll edit that cough out right there.
Wait, hold on, I'm coughing too. Excuse me.
Oh my god. Jesus. Oh my god.
We're gross.
I might just keep this in at this point. Oh my god. Alright, got my water. So I think I would rate this out of 10. I would say an 8. It did keep my attention. I like that it was kind of like had some horror aspects, which I'm not like, I read horror books, but I don't immerse myself into them like other people do. I'll get more into that. I keep jumping. And then, yeah, I like the 8 out of 10 because it was just, it was good. I like the plot. I like the characters. And then chili peppers, I would say 4 out of 5, just like you said. I've read nastier shit, so it's like I know I know what's a 5. It was close. I think if there were a couple more scenes, it definitely would have been a 4.5, closer, pushing to a 5. And reading the back, I kind of thought that it would be like dirtier, like filthier smut than what I was kind of expecting. Like hooking the whole demon thing in. Like, there were aspects to it that was like, oh, that's different. But not as crazy as I thought it would be just from reading the back. Which is fine, whatever. A little couple things is that I did like the ending. I am a little sad that the next book isn't about them. It's about the other two.
Yeah, Zane and Juniper.
Juniper, yeah. Which I like those characters, so I might be proved wrong. I do feel like the boss battle was a tiny bit rushed, but I guess, I guess like with the circumstances of who is in the next book, I guess it has to be. And the whole, I guess spoilers now, but the whole Juniper and Zane off-screen killing the Hadleys, I kind of just hope that they put that in the next book. Like, I kind of hope the next book is like their perspective almost at the same time as this book.
I literally thought that. I was like, we either need to have some background or they need to start from scratch, like how Zane and Juniper got together. I know we're jumping ahead to theorizing. I'm really excited. Actually, I'm done with Raylan and Leon. Like, I was hoping that actually it switched. I was either thinking it was going to be, again, research by us, none on our part.
Yeah.
I was like, it's either going to be Zane and Juniper or Everly and Callum, which I think is going to be book number 3.
I think so.
But I totally agree with you. I definitely think the boss battle, in quotation marks, was like underwhelming. I did really like the horror aspects of like these creatures, and I really liked her description. Like, I could like actually visualize them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Jeremiah gave me gross vibes from the get-go when he just like stole her number after giving it to Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
And like just not getting that satisfaction, I got the closure of his burnt body. I was like, no, I wanted, and like Leon was like being very descriptive about how he's gonna rip his head from his shoulders, and we never got to see that. Like the charred husk of a man. I was like,
Yeah, it kind of just. That's why I understand where the next book is gonna come in, because it was technically like up to her for her revenge as well. So I understand. But I just wish we didn't get an off-screen death kind of thing. So I'm just hoping that we get that, I guess, in the next book. And I did like the god boss battle type deal. I thought that was really creepy, and I did like that a lot. But again, it just kind of went too fast, and I wonder if it went too fast because it's going to make a reappearance, because it didn't die, you know?
No, it did not. But they did leave those breadcrumbs that Everly, only like a powerful witch can kill it, and
Mm-hmm.
Everly has been planning. And I also think it's very cool. Like, I think it was cool, like for Leon's heart to be like humbled, like with the archdemon. So, like, I
Mm-hmm.
really hope book 3 is their point of view, and maybe that's when the god will die. Because I'm like so curious about this witch magic. That's what I thought this book was actually going to be more about, because the back
Yeah.
mentions magicians, and especially in the beginning, they're setting the scene. Raylan is all about the paranormal, talking to ghosts, incantation circles, chalk, all of that. I really thought there's going to be way more of that, like her becoming like a witch, especially dealing with a demon. I thought she was going to try and like harness his power, but again, that's me being jaded with a seemingly normal human being girl who just gets these crazy otherworldly powers.
Yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from. I kind of, I don't know if it was a misconception, it was just us being, like, yeah, like, jaded, like, just
Uneducated.
getting too unhinged with, like, oh my god, theories and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So that's why I think this was fine the way it was. Um, the one thing that I kind of was like, was not about, but like a little kind of confused or kind of just wanting more, was when he was like, literally the whole premise of the book is like he wants her soul, he wants her soul, and she keeps saying no, and at the end when she gives it up, it didn't really like, I don't know, it just kind of only slightly superpowered him. I kind of thought there would be more, like
Hmm.
Akatar verse type of shit. Like, and again, this could be just like a jaded, unhinged comment, but it really did feel like, it was such a big deal to have the soul connected. Like, now what is
Like an
that?
awakening.
Yeah, and he said before, like, he fell in love with a man like years and years ago, and then he didn't take his soul, so they couldn't be together. So now that he has her soul, does she live forever? Does she does he
I
not live forever anymore? Like, do they get to? I don't. It was a little unclear.
I think he was hinting that she still won't live forever, because he's like, you're a mortal life. You know, um, your life is very quick in comparison to mine. Every second of my life I'm gonna spend making yours like amazing, because her
Yeah.
life is so short. But I thought so too. He mentioned money, not money. He mentioned power. He mentioned status. I
Hmm.
really thought like, and he's like, oh, you'd love it in hell. I thought
I
like,
thought they were gonna go to hell. I
okay,
really
right?
thought that.
The whole time I was waiting for that bonus chapter, I was like, okay, he's gonna take her to hell. He's
Yes.
gonna take her
Yep.
to hell. This is gonna be his like demon wife, that he's gonna parade
Yeah.
around. And he was talking about in hell how it's beautiful and she would love it and everything's so vibrant. And like I really thought like he was like, okay, I'm gonna like introduce you to fairies and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And as cute as like him buying the haunted house was, again, maybe this is because we are just living in a fantasy world all the
Yeah.
time. Like I was like, oh, it was a little lackluster for me.
Yeah. The smut in the bonus chapter was nice, but yeah, I like the epilogue, the last like sentence. I was like, okay, good. We have a bonus chapter, so like it's gonna. I swear to God, I better shed some light on something. And then when I
Hmm.
read it, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I know that's what he want. I know that's like what he wanted, was to just be, um, like his own person. He wanted to be free and,
Hmm.
be with the one he loves. I get that, but it's just like it was so hyped up that I'm hoping in the next two books maybe we can like visit that.
Right, because I'm hoping it's going to be like future. But also, you just reminded me of one more thing, how he was in the Hadley's basement for hundreds of at least 100 years. He mentioned
Yeah.
three
Mm-hmm.
generations. He was like, I miss home, I miss home, I miss home. I really thought he would have taken her at least to visit hell,
Yeah.
because now that he's free, and I get like the change of heart, like, oh, now that he's met this human woman, he's changed. But I was like, to me, that was kind of almost contradictory. Like he's a
Mm-hmm.
demon. He doesn't bow to human or like mortal tendencies, and like him changing for a woman really seems human to me. And maybe that was the whole point, like that Ray is so powerful in love that she changes a demon's ways. But I was like, I kind of wanted a little more corruption, a little more
Mm-hmm.
of him to like remain demonic. And like you're mentioning, the spicy scenes, as spicy as they were, I was like, this is a demon who says that he loves human suffering and wants to hear her scream and bleed and all that stuff. And I'm just like, you sound a little,
Yeah.
like you softy.
That's why this didn't, like, it didn't strike me as a dark romance. I wouldn't call it a dark romance. I would call it a supernatural romance.
Yes.
But dark, I was just like, I don't know, because we've read some dark stuff. I don't think that this is, I don't know.
And again, maybe we're just fucking crazy.
And we could be.
And another person is like, whoa, you guys need, like, psychological counseling.
Yeah, you all need therapy. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the next two, but it's just like, I don't know. I liked it a lot. I just wouldn't call it a dark romance.
And maybe that's why we were, like, so taken aback by the branding of it. Because, again, I thought, and maybe, like, sorry, I'm getting, we're talking about Akatar, so I was going to say Emery. That we'll get more of the witchy, the little magical, the sorcery, and then maybe Juniper's book we will actually get a little dark with, like, the violence. It's funny because, like, Leon was called the killer, and I was expecting a lot more
killing.
Gore.
Yeah.
Yes. And he seemed to always restrain himself, like, even in, like, the grocery store.
Yeah.
He was, like, threatening them, and I was like, you said that you've just ripped people limb from limb for looking at you wrong, and these people have been hunting your love, and you're just gonna stand there threatening them?
Yeah.
In the fucking ice cream aisle?
In the ice cream aisle! Next to the Ben and Jerry's? Yeah, I wonder, like, the next book, because obviously it's going to be the same dynamic as this, because Juniper's, from what I understand, is not a witch.
No, she's just a woman scorned.
Yeah, she was just a failed sacrifice.
Yeah, and then they got her brother, which I think is, like, you know, set her on, like, the rampage that she's on.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's where the violence, the revenge, just, like, the carnal, like, anger comes through. Which I thought we'd get with Leon, but also, I'm very excited about Zane. He seems like a cool-headed demon in comparison.
Right? I like the mean demons, but I do like the ones that are like, I don't give a fuck, and then just gets high all the time.
And that was really him. Like, you know, Leon kind of wanted to kill. He just said he wanted to wander. He just wanted to experience life. I feel like Zane is very just go with the flow. I wonder, like, how he got attached with Juniper. Do we really even know that? Did they?
No, they didn't say,
right?
really.
We just saw them on the beach or whatever when Leon was hunting, and I was just like, how are these two in cahoots?
Yeah, makes me wonder. I know they'll probably shed light into it, but yeah, I'm interested. I'll definitely get the second book. I want to know what happens. But my two major schools of thought, though, is just like, one, every time I read Leon's voice, all I heard was from Resident Evil 4, from the original, where you go to save Ashley and she goes, Leon, help! That's all I heard in my head. And then, can we talk about how this plot is basically Twilight for adults?
Dude, I was gonna bring that up.
Okay, thank God. Thank God.
Twilight, and then also, like, I think your biggest book pet peeve, do you know what I'm gonna say?
Oh God. No, go ahead.
He's blonde.
Oh my God, he is! But he's like dirty blonde.
Right, but still, the second they said that he had blonde hair, I was like, Megan is going to be, like, freaked.
So I kind of let it happen just because he wore, like, combat boots and,
the dark apparel.
Yeah,
tattoos.
like gothic apparel. I kind of let it slide. I let it slide for that. Now, if he was wearing board shorts and a Ralph Lauren polo and boat shoes, some Sperry's, I probably would not be a fan.
But yeah, back to the Twilight. It literally read like Twilight, the beginning. You know, Bella Swan moved from a hot climate to, you know...
Oh my God, I didn't even put that part together.
Yeah. And then, that's where she was born and raised. She moved away when she was young.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and felt something with nature, meets a mysterious guy. He really wants her. She's like, no, please, no. And then you're
Mm-hmm.
helpless. Someone starts hunting you, and then you have to fight against the big bad. And then you think you're a goner, and then of course, Mr. Man comes and saves you in the end
Mm-hmm.
by the power of love. Like
The power of love.
it did read like Twilight.
It really did. And, like, I'm not mad about it. Because, like, this one was, like, obviously better. But the way she wrote it, too, was just, like, she put so much emotion in the words. And that's the same thing, like, Stephanie Meyers did. So that's why I was, like, I was reading it the same exact way. And then, I was waiting for the line. What is the line from Twilight? Where she's like, I was irresistibly, irrevocably
in love with
him. And I just kept picturing it in my head, and I was like, oh my fucking god.
Oh my god, when she finally finds out what his name is Latin. I'm a killer, Raylan. I'm the killer.
Yeah, I'm the killer! This is the skin of a killer, Raylan.
This is the skin of a killer, Raylan. This is the name of the killer, Raylan.
Oh my god, like, when I made that connection halfway through, I was like, no fucking shit. I even wrote it down, too, because I was like, I can't forget this.
I didn't write it down, but you're right, I definitely felt it. And, like, I just think, like, the dreary Washington small town where it's always under the, what does it say? Under the cover of an unending mist. It was always raining.
It's always raining in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Every, like, darker, scary book that I've read, I'm thinking back about it now, it's always taken place in the PNW. Heavily wooded, a lot of mist, always cold.
I mean...
Sets the scene, I guess.
I mean, do we have other states like that? I don't think we do.
No, not the only
So
one I
it
would say
works.
is Stephen King always puts all of his
in Maine.
which is kind of similar, but I mean, it has like the kind of same, like it's always woody, it gets really dark and it's really creepy and it's always raining. So like, Maine or Washington?
Washington or London?
London is another good one. Yeah. I should say for the American authors.
True. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, do we want to touch anything else on this book? I feel like there wasn't much. I mean, I did like the name Cheesecake for her cat. That was a good one.
As a cat mama, every scene with Cheesecake, I like the one scene where he got snatched off the porch.
Oh my god, yeah.
I was livid. I was like, if she kills off this cat, done. I'm not reading it.
Yeah, I don't think she doesn't strike me as the kind of author that would.
No, and I'm not sure if you read her bio. She has cats.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
I think, but I loved Cheesecake. I also liked that little tidbit where Cheesecake really liked Leon. I think, like, especially as an animal person, like, if an animal doesn't like you, that's usually a bad sign. But I kind of like that she was just kind of, like, putting in those little hints that, in the beginning when we weren't sure whether to trust Leon or not, that Cheesecake did, so he's cool.
Especially since she was like, cats like demons, because they are both in, like, they have one foot in each world or whatever, and I was like, damn. That is so true. Fucking cats, bro.
Fucking cats.
Fucking cats are wild.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything else?
I was gonna say...
Yeah, go for it.
I thought her best friend, Anaya, would have gotten a little more screen time. I was curious, reading through, if she was gonna be book number 2, like if a demon were to cross her paths, because she was doing a lot of off-screen adventures, but nope.
Yeah, she kind of got thrown to the side.
Right, I thought we were gonna get a little more out of her, because she was getting really hyped up. Like, they were spending a lot of time together when she moved back and all that stuff, and then thrown to the side.
Yeah, she's getting married, so
good for her. You go, girl.
She doesn't need Raylan, especially since Raylan moved to Europe, I guess, and is like homeless backpacking through Spain or something.
Not homeless anymore.
No, they bought a house that has no toilet and no running water. And is haunted.
And apparently people can very easily trespass into.
Yeah. Especially since her demon boyfriend just, like, punched the door and it broke.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I like silly stuff like this, so it's just like, I'm not mad about it, you know?
No, I'm not mad. I definitely think it was a good start, but I will say, at least for me, again, I wanted a stronger heroine. I was kind of upset that like she just couldn't do anything except for scream and cry until she
Mm-hmm.
actually stabbed the god. I was like, okay, I was like, I didn't see that coming. She kept hinting about the dagger. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna do anything with that.
Right,
You're
it's
not
gonna
gonna do
stay in your
anything.
boot. Not gonna do
Right.
nothing.
If you remember, Leon said like he couldn't touch it because it had some aura. I thought something about the aura would like save her. And I was
Mm-hmm.
very shocked that she like stabbed him multiple times. I'm like, okay, so you can actually do something.
Yeah, so maybe the next book will have a lot of faith of like a badass heroine,
Yes,
you know?
which again I have been predisposed to think about. But you know, she's just a normal human girl, so like I have to give the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, she goes to classes on Thursdays and she vapes and, you know,
There was a lot of
wears
mention about vaping.
combat boots. Oh my god, there was too much vaping.
There's so much vaping and skirts. Like you would think if you're they always talked about how cold it was, how rainy it was, and you're always
Mm-hmm.
wearing a skirt,
Especially if you're from California.
you're gonna be cold, dude.
Yeah, you should be wearing pants. Pants is
Yes.
what you should be wearing.
Mm-hmm. He lifted up my skirt. Well, that seems like a bad fashion choice.
Yeah, you're already wearing a skirt, so.
Mm-hmm.
Or the one, oh my god. So the last thing I'll say is when she dropped her books in like the first couple chapters in front of him,
Mm-hmm.
and it said like she bent down and covered her butt because she was wearing a skirt, but then it said she was wearing black leggings. All I was picturing was like back in the 8th grade when you had a skirt you wanted to wear and your mom told you no, so you had to wear black leggings underneath.
Like
Do you?
Alice from Twilight.
Yes, that's exactly what I was picturing. But like, was it stockings or is it like, was it actually leggings? I don't know, but that's
I
all I
guess
pictured.
I guess stockings is what she meant. You know how sometimes they're really thick and like
Yeah.
I was like thinking like a thermal stocking, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
In my head, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna make it look like leggings because that is embarrassing for everyone.
I know, like we left that back in like 2008.
Yeah, let's keep it there.
I did want to mention, um, do you remember like when she was driving and there was like those white things in the road,
Mm.
um, that were very spindly and had thin legs? It actually reminded me of like the Dusks from Kingdom Hearts.
Hmm.
Like I think they're like dusk nobodies, or if they're just called dusks, I don't know. That's what I imagined because like she said they were like very spindly and then they moved
From Kingdom
slow,
Hearts
but then
2.
but
Oh,
then
yeah,
they
yeah,
moved
yeah.
like, super fast.
Yeah, the Dusks. Why am I, like,
Yeah,
not remembering that right now?
that's what I imagined. I didn't know if your brain like thought of that either.
No, I kind of... I don't know. So, first of all, the things that were the Eld that we're chasing, um, they reminded me of... There's this movie on Netflix, it's called The Ritual, and it's a
Hmm.
scary movie, but it's, like, based off of mythology, and it's all about, like, I don't know, like, these creatures with, like, antlers and shit. So, that's what I pictured for that, but for... Because these were the golems, I think you said, right? The
I
white
think
things?
so. The white things, yeah.
I don't... How did I picture them? I don't know. I think I kind of just... Like, it's kind of fucked up. I guess it's kind of similar. I just pictured them as, like, slender men, but, like,
Yeah,
all white.
yeah, that's a good one too. Because yeah, she was saying they're very lanky and like thin, and like their bones look too thin enough to like hold up their body.
Yeah.
But that is one thing I will say. All the monsters, like she was so descriptive with that,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's very easy to imagine.
It was definitely creepy in that
Oh yeah,
aspect.
definitely some scenes that were creepy. But then
Mm-hmm.
also like, if this were just a horror movie, Ray would have been dead like 8 times over.
Oh, yeah.
Like, listen to the strong demon. Why are you not listening?
I like how he made her a fucking trinket for her house. And
And she
then
ripped it down.
she was like, this is ugly. And ripped it down and threw it out. And he just watches through the woods like, you dumbass. Like, I
Mhm.
made that with all my love. Now I gotta make
Yeah.
another one.
Drive and keep driving.
Yeah.
Makes a Yui 5 minutes later.
Yeah. He's like, run, I'll find you. I can't. Turns around.
That is what was bothering me. I was like, they kept saying, oh, my sense of self-preservation was so low. I didn't have a sense of self-preservation. For a
Mm.
girl that goes ghost hunting, no, you do not.
Yeah, no.
Hey, demons, it's me, your boy.
It's
Like,
me, your boy.
that's literally what I kept imagining. Like
Oh my
the
god.
first quarter when she was like, the paranormal investigator.
Ghost adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was picturing like when Zach Bagans like yells at them, he's like, "You want to hurt me, motherfucker? You want to hurt me right now?" That's what I was picturing.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, we can laugh about it, but it was a good book.
It was. It was.
I'll give it
We
that.
we definitely are a little. That's our dark humor.
Yeah, we're just really funny like that. All right, so we're good on that review.
Yeah.
Short
Until
and
next
sweet.
time. Short and sweet. Yep. And then
Yeah.
we'll do 2 and 3
Yep.
soon to come.
Alrighty, this was Becca and Megan from the Valkyrie Book Club, and yeah, see you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye.